casts its light on hell. The nice houses where you dwell. They spin the moon from gold to straw. Put all your wishes into them all and go much, much, much. Don't bother to party. Just stay home and eat cereal. Don't bother, never party. You can stay home and eat cereal. And when they jolt up in their chair and say no, you damn well better go party. I say no, sir, no party, sir. That way my liver is there. I say no party, sir, no party, sir. My liver gonna last forever. Tell me, can you guess my name? And you can't stop them from coming in. Put all your wishes into thy mouth. You go, you can't stop them from coming in. No, you damn well better go party. Put all your wishes into thy mouth. And you can't stop them from coming in. No, you damn well better go party. Put all your wishes into thy mouth. And you can't stop them from coming in. Put all your wishes into thy mouth. No, you damn well better go party. And you can't stop them from coming in. While moonlight casts its light on hell, and nice houses where you dwell. They spin the moon from gold to straw. Put all your wishes into them all and go much, much, much. Don't bother to party. Just stay home and eat cereal. Don't bother, never party. You can stay home and eat cereal. And when they jolt up in their chair and say no, you damn well better go party. I say no, sir, no party, sir. That way my liver is there forever. I say no party, sir, no way, no party, sir, none at all. My liver's gonna last forever. And can you guess my name? And if you can't stop them from coming in, you put all your wishes into thy mouth. You can't stop them from coming in. No, you damn well better go party. Put all your wishes into thy mouth. And you can't stop them from coming in.
We've all had that moment. You know, you're driving or maybe you're in the shower and just boom, you get this incredible idea.
The lightning bolt.
Exactly, the lightning bolt. Maybe it's a novel that you just know would be a bestseller. Maybe it's a business idea. Or maybe, like the person we're talking about today, it is a song, a perfect melody, just handed to you from the ether.
And for a second, it feels completely real. You can hear it, you can see it.
Right, but then reality hits. You sit down at the computer or you pick up the guitar and your hands just, they won't do what your brain wants them to do. You don't have the skill. You don't have the 20 years of training.
And so the idea just, and it dies, it evaporates. That's been the tragedy of the skill gap for all of human history. If you couldn't physically execute the art, you weren't an artist. You were just, a dreamer.
But what if that gap just disappeared? What if you could just push a button? What if the barrier between dreaming it and hearing it wasn't 2 decades of practice, but 20 seconds of processing time?
Well, that's the promise of AI, isn't it? But as we're finding out in this story, that promise comes with a very steep social price tag.
We are doing a deep dive today into a conflict that is so incredibly specific, so personal, but at the same time, it feels completely universal. It's a fight between two friends, two creative people.
On one side, we've got JordanOwen42. He's a musician, a multi-instrumentalist, guitar, piano. He's a writer. He is, for lack of a better term, the guy who put in the hours, the guy who really bled for his craft.
And on the other side, we have someone we're just calling the user. The user is a singer-songwriter. They have the lyrics, they have the melodies, they have the voice, but they cannot play a single instrument. And for years, that meant silence.
Until now, because now the user is using AI tools. We're talking specifically about things like Suno and Soundful to create the music they hear in their head. And they're not just experimenting, they're prolific.
So they shared this new work with their friend Jordan, probably expecting, a high five or some encouragement.
And instead they got a war.
A war over what it even means to be an artist, over identity, over the soul of creativity itself. We've got a lot to unpack. We have transcripts from Jordan's video response, we have this really personal account from the user, and the whole debate centers on this wild metaphor.
Oh, the McDonald's versus fine dining metaphor.
Yeah.
It gets pretty brutal.
So let's start with the people involved, because this isn't really about software, is it? It's about two individuals who feel so deeply about what they do.
Absolutely. And I think we have to start with the user side of the story to get the emotional stakes. In the material they provided, they paint this picture of what I can only call creative isolation.
Right. They identify as a singer and a songwriter. Like, that's their core identity. But for their whole life, they've hit this wall.
A huge wall. And there's this one line that it's heartbreaking. They mention having friends who were never there.
That line really stuck with me too.
You can just feel the history in that phrase, can't you? You can imagine all the times plans were made to start a band, or a friend promised to lay down a guitar track, and they flaked over and over again.
And if you can't play the instruments yourself, you're basically held hostage by the reliability and the schedule of other people. Your art depends on someone else showing up.
Which they often don't. And so the user describes this long period of their life where they were, and this is their word, stealing music.
Stealing. What does that mean in this context?
Ripping instrumentals from YouTube. Finding a karaoke track of a song they liked or a beat some producer uploaded and just downloading it so they'd have something to sing over.
Just to get the song out of their system, not to sell it, not to get famous.
Exactly. But it comes with so much baggage. In their letter, they talk about this toil, the anxiety of it. You're always looking over your shoulder for a copyright strike. You can't put it on Spotify. You can't really share it or claim it as your own. It's a creative shadow existence.
So you're an artist who can't fully own their art.
Which is why, for the user, finding these AI tools was like a religious experience. They literally wrote, and this is quote, "I can finally sing my gut. Thank God I can sing."
Wow. Thank God I can sing. After a lifetime of feeling like they couldn't.
It is the sound of a cage door swinging open. They found tools like Soundful and Suno, and suddenly they could legally generate high-quality backing tracks that matched the ideas in their head. The suffering and toil, as they put it, was gone.
And they could just focus on the writing and the singing, which is what they always wanted to do.
And they're happy, they're making albums, they're proud of the work, and that's when they decide to share it with Jordan.
And then we meet Jordan, who is, he's the perfect foil to this story, isn't he?
He's the traditionalist. He's the craftsman. He has built his entire identity around the very struggle that the user is so happy to be free of.
He talks about his own journey, right? How long he's been playing.
Oh yeah, he makes it very clear. He's been at this for 29 years. He lists the songs he practiced as a kid. Autumn Leaves, Master of Puppets, Giant Steps.
Giant Steps. That's John Coltrane. That's like the final boss for jazz musicians. It's harmonically insane.
And he's mentioning it for a reason. He is signaling to you, the audience, that he has paid his dues in blood, sweat, and scales. He views art through this very specific lens of blood and toil.
He actually quotes the author Harlan Ellison, right? Something about opening a vein.
Writing is easy. You just open a vein and bleed into the typewriter. That's Jordan's philosophy. He believes the value of art is directly proportionally tied to the suffering required to create it.
So when the user comes to him, all excited with these new AI-assisted tracks, Jordan doesn't see liberation. He sees, a cheat code?
He sees a shortcut. He sees someone bypassing the toll booth that he spent his entire life waiting in line for, And honestly, I think he sees it as a deep personal insult to his own life choices.
If a machine can do in 20 seconds what took him 29 years to master, then what was his life for? What was all that suffering for?
It's a terrifying question. And that's the friction that just explodes into what I think is the central metaphor of this entire deep dive. It's a comparison Jordan makes, and it is absolutely brutal.
The McDonald's versus fine dining debate.
This metaphor is the anchor for the whole argument. Jordan, trying to explain his point of view, compares his own artistic process to, of all things, a slaughterhouse.
A slaughterhouse. That's an intense way to describe writing a song.
It's incredibly graphic.
Yeah.
He says, and I'm paraphrasing here, my process is going out to the pasture, clubbing a cow, checking its pulse to make sure it's dead, dragging it home, butchering it myself, grinding the meat, seasoning it perfectly, and then grilling it.
Okay, so that is a very masculine, violent way to describe creativity. He's really emphasizing the labor, the dirt under the fingernails.
The physicality of it. He's saying, I got my hands dirty, I was there for every step, I bled for this burger. And then he turns around and compares the user's process to just going through a McDonald's drive-thru.
So in this analogy, the AI is the McDonald's kitchen.
Exactly. Jordan says that the user's just a customer placing an order. And you can have a complicated order, right? No pickles, extra onions, a steamed bun. But you were still just a customer. You didn't cook the food. You're not a chef.
But hold on, I want to push back on this a little bit because that feels, it feels elitist. McDonald's feeds billions of people. It's consistent, it's accessible. Is Jordan just being a snob here? Is he saying accessibility is inherently bad?
That is precisely the counter-argument that the user makes. They don't just accept the metaphor, they grab it and they flip the whole table.
Oh, so?
The user says, essentially, okay, fine. Let's say I am McDonald's. If the robot in the McDonald's kitchen is churning out a burger that tastes objectively better than your handcrafted fine dining burger, and by the way, your fine dining restaurant is sitting at a solid 3 on Yelp, who wins?
Ouch, a solid 3 on Yelp. That is a direct shot at the quality of Jordan's actual music.
It's a kill shot. But it raises this profound philosophical and frankly economic point. The user is arguing that the listener, the customer, doesn't actually care about the story behind the burger. They just care how it tastes.
They care about the end product, not the process.
Exactly. The user believes that you, the person with the headphones on, you don't care about Jordan's bloody knuckles. You just want the dopamine hit of a great chorus. This whole debate is about performative labor versus the aesthetic outcome.
What do you mean by performative labor?
It's the idea that we value things not just for what they are, but for the visible effort that went into them. We're impressed by the pyramids because we can imagine the immense human labor it took to build them. Jordan believes art works the same way. The value is in the performance of the work.
And the user is saying, no, the value is in the song itself. If the song is good, it's good. End of story.
And this is where Jordan gets really terrified. Because if the user is right, we are witnessing the death of what you could call the meritocracy of difficulty.
The meritocracy of difficulty. Break that down.
For centuries, we have operated under a simple economic law. If something is hard to do, it's valuable. It takes 20 years to learn the violin, so a violin concerto is valuable because the skill is scarce.
Right. Simple supply and demand, high skill, low supply, high value.
Jordan's entire world is built on that law. And AI comes along and just shatters it. We are moving from an economy of skill, where having good hands matters most, to an economy of taste, where having good ears is all that counts.
So the user is essentially saying, I don't care how hard you worked on butchering that cow. I just care that the burger tastes good.
Precisely. And Jordan isn't just speaking in metaphors. He actually tries to prove that the McDonald's version of art is inherently soulless. And this is where we have to talk about the cyborg and the hyena.
Yes, the hyena story. Because Jordan doesn't just say AI is bad, he actually runs an experiment to try and prove his point.
He does. He opens up ChatGPT and he gives it a prompt. He says, write me a chapter of a Harley Quinn style romance.
Okay, so he's testing its creative writing ability. What does he get back?
He gets back exactly what you'd expect. He gets the statistically probable average of every romance novel ever written. The AI spits out lines like, her breasts heaved and the emotional stakes were high.
It's generic, it's cliched.
It's the McDonald's cheeseburger of literature. It fills the hole, but it's completely flavorless. There's no soul, no spark of weirdness.
So Jordan decides to show, not tell. He sits down to write his own scene to contrast with the AI's output. And I have to ask, Did he really write a story about an anthropomorphic hyena selling earthquake insurance?
He absolutely did. And this is where you can really see the difference between generating and creating. Jordan writes this bizarre scene about a hyena named Valencia.
Valencia the hyena, got it.
And she's trying to sell an earthquake insurance policy to a sentient cyborg named Cassian Vale. But it's the little details that matter here. Jordan adds these completely unhinged specifics.
Like what?
Well, he writes that Valencia has parody bosoms that were engineered by a character she once knew, named, and I apologize in advance, Captain Furfag 6969.
Laughs. Okay, I'm sorry, but that is definitely not something ChatGPT would have come up with on its own.
Never. And that's his entire point. It's weird, it's grotesque, it's uniquely human. He describes the hyena struggling to steer her mid-sized sedan because her non-human anatomy gets in the way. He describes the cyborg living in this brutalist house made of reinforced concrete, and the hyena looks at it and says, "The earth doesn't care what you paid for your foundation."
That's actually a really good line. The earth doesn't care.
It is. And Jordan's argument is this: I made that choice. He says he stopped while writing to correct the spelling. He paused to think about the hyena's motivation, even for a ridiculous joke character. He felt what he calls pride of authorship because he was the one navigating the strange corridors of his own brain to find those weird details.
So he's saying AI can only ever give you the average, but a real human artist gives you the specific.
Correct. And he argues that the user, by using AI, is robbing themselves of that joy, the joy of making the weird, specific, difficult choices. They're settling for the heaving breast because it's easy, instead of inventing the parody bosoms, which takes real imagination.
But the user would argue that they are making specific choices. And this brings us right to the one-click controversy, because this is a phrase Jordan keeps using, that AI music is just pushing a button, and the user is furious about this.
Highly stupid and insulting. That's a direct quote from the user's letter. They completely reject this one-click narrative.
So let's play devil's advocate for a second. Jordan says it's one button, the user says it's hard work. They can't both be right. What does the user's process actually look like?
Okay, so we have to look at the workflow they provided. It's actually quite technical, and it's a process the user calls the AI cloner machine.
The cloner machine. That sounds a little ominous.
It's a specific type of AI technology. The user isn't just typing in a text prompt like "make me a hit song." It's a multi-step process.
Okay, so walk us through it. Step one.
Step one. The user writes the song, the old-fashioned way. Just lyrics and a melody, humming it into their phone or whatever.
So the core song, the words, the tune, is 100% human.
100%. Step two. The user performs and sings the entire song, start to finish, with no AI. It might be a cappella, or maybe they're just tapping out a rhythm on a desk. But they record this raw vocal performance.
So the timing, the phrasing, the emotion, the key, all of that comes from the human performance.
Yes, and this is the most crucial part. They then take that audio file of them singing and feed it into the cloner machine. The AI doesn't invent a melody, it analyzes the one the user provided. It maps the rhythm, the pitch, the structure of their vocal performance.
And then what?
Then the user provides a prompt. This is where their artistry and prompts idea comes in. They'll tell the AI to reimagine the song in a specific style. Dark disco, 80s hair metal, synthwave. The AI then generates an entire instrumental arrangement that fits the melody and rhythm of the original human vocal.
Wait, so it's kind of like motion capture in a movie.
That is the perfect analogy. The user is Andy Serkis acting out Gollum in the motion capture suit. The raw performance, the choices, the emotion. That's all him. The AI is the team of digital artists who then render the monster's skin over that performance.
Okay, that is definitely more than just one click.
Not even close. And it doesn't stop there. The user says the AI will then generate about 16 different versions or clones based on that prompt. And then the human work starts again. The user has to listen to all 16 versions and curate.
They have to pick the best one.
Right. They have to decide which bass line works best, which drum pattern has the right feel. Maybe they take the intro from one version and the chorus from another. They're acting as the producer and the editor.
Which leads to this incredible claim they make. They say, I'm doing more work than you per song.
It's an absolutely audacious claim to make to a guy like Jordan, who practices scales for 4 hours a day. But from their perspective, it makes sense. Jordan is just a guitarist. The user sees themselves as the songwriter, the vocalist, the producer, and the A&R person managing their team of 16 Suno clones.
They see themselves as the CEO of the song.
While Jordan sees him as a fraud who didn't even show up for the factory.
But is this artistry and prompts thing real? I mean, is there really skill in typing words into a box?
It's a very controversial idea. But think about it this way. If you just type rock song into one of these things, you're going to get generic garbage. But if you know the vocabulary, if you can type, give me a 1987 hair metal track, high-gain Marshall amp distortion, a heavily gated reverb snare drum, an anthemic multi-tracked chorus in the style of Def Leppard's Hysteria.
You're going to get something much closer to your actual vision.
Exactly. You have to know what gated reverb is in order to ask for it. The user argues that their musical knowledge is being applied through vocabulary, not through their fingers. Jordan argues that if your fingers didn't bleed to learn those chords, you didn't earn the right to use them.
Speaking of earning things, we have to talk about the big twist, the apparent hypocrisy here, because Jordan, the purist, the man of blood and toil, the guy who butchers his own metaphorical cows,
he admitted to using AI himself.
He did, and this is where the ice gets very, very thin for Jordan's argument. He is, in his spare time, developing a video game. And he freely admits that he uses AI tools like Midjourney and ChatGPT to generate visual assets for it.
So, wait, let me get this straight. He gets angry at his friend for using AI to generate music because the user can't play guitar. But he himself uses AI to generate visual art because he can't draw.
It looks really bad, doesn't it?
Looks like textbook hypocrisy. Rules for thee, but not for me. I mean, the user jumped all over this. They basically asked, why is your lack of skill in visual art a valid reason to use AI, but my lack of skill with an instrument is not?
It's a perfect question. How does Jordan possibly defend that?
He uses what he calls the furniture defense.
The furniture defense, what is that?
He argues that the art in his game is just furniture. It's a chair in the corner of a room. It's a background texture on a wall. He says, I am not a visual artist. No one is playing my game to admire the chairs. They're playing for the story and the game mechanics, which I built by hand from scratch.
Okay, so he's trying to make a distinction based on the centrality of the AI's contribution to the final product.
Right. He says, I don't go around claiming to be a visual artist. He says he puts a disclaimer on the game saying assets were AI generated. He treats the AI like a contractor he commissioned to fill in the gaps.
But he argues that for the user, the music isn't a gap. The music is the product.
Exactly. He says you can't argue that the guitar solo in a rock song is just furniture. The guitar solo is the song, or at least a major part of it.
But couldn't the user make the exact same argument in reverse? To them, the lyrics and the vocal melody are the song. The AI-generated backing track is the furniture. It's just the chair the singer is sitting on while they perform.
And that is the fundamental disconnect. You absolutely nailed it. To Jordan, the instrumentation is the entire house. To the user, the instrumentation is just the decor you put inside it.
It reminds me of when photography was first invented. You had all these painters who were just furious. They were screaming, you just pushed a button. You didn't spend years learning how to paint light and shadow with a brush.
And the photographers replied, no, I didn't use a brush, but I chose the subject. I chose the framing. I chose the aperture, the shutter speed. Jordan is a 19th century painter, and the user has just shown up with a Kodak camera.
And Jordan goes further than just saying it's lazy. He frames this whole thing as a moral failing. He starts using the word cheating.
Oh yeah, he brings out the big guns here. He compares AI users to Lance Armstrong.
The cyclist who is doping.
Right, and it's a really fascinating analogy because he says, look, Lance Armstrong cheated by taking performance-enhancing drugs.
Yeah.
But Lance Armstrong still had to ride the bike. He still had to pedal up those mountains in the French Alps. His heart still felt like it was going to explode in his chest.
So even the cheater had to suffer. The cheater put in the work.
Exactly. Jordan says using AI is worse than doping. Doping is like putting premium fuel in the tank. Using AI is like putting a motor on the bike. Or even worse, it's like sending an android to ride the bike for you while you sit in the support car sipping an espresso.
And then you get up on the podium and accept the yellow jersey anyway.
Jordan calls that stolen valor. It's taking credit for a struggle you didn't endure. He also compares it to the Napster and LimeWire era of the early 2000s.
Oh man, I remember that. Downloading MP3s.
He says it's the same psychological trick. He says, you know you're stealing. Just like we all knew downloading Metallica for free was technically theft, but we created these moral justifications like, oh, we're sticking it to the greedy corporations. He says AI users know they aren't real musicians, but they justify it with noble founding phrases like democratizing creativity.
It's a pretty damning set of comparisons, but the user has a rebuttal to this whole blood and toil narrative. And frankly, it's quite moving.
It is. This is where the user says, my music has been very bloody.
And this is where we have to redefine the word blood, right? Because for Jordan, blood is literal. It's calluses on your fingertips from pressing on steel strings. It's physical.
But for the user, blood is emotional turmoil. It's psychological pain. They talk about the pain of silence, the toil, as they say, of having these songs trapped inside your head for 20 years with no way to get them out. Toil, thou know not toil, is the exact phrase they use towards Jordan.
They're arguing that the suffering of not being able to create is just as valid, and maybe even worse, than the suffering of practicing scales.
And now that that suffering is gone, thanks to AI, the user says, I'm glad to see a shift in my music away from suffering and toil and into just writing and singing. They're asking a very modern question. Why must art be painful? If a tool comes along that can remove the pain and just leave the beauty, isn't that progress?
A question to which Jordan would scream, no. He would say the pain is the flavor, the suffering is what makes it good. Without the pain, it's just a McDonald's burger.
And the user would say, I don't care. It tastes good. And after a lifetime of starving, I can finally eat.
So where does this leave them as friends? I mean, we have two people. One feels completely liberated and empowered. The other feels insulted and invalidated. Is there any kind of truce here?
Not really. It seems to be more of a cold, unresolved stalemate. The user is completely defiant. They told us in their letter, I am not prepared to just throw away or devalue my songs because I used AI in their creation.
They're proud of the work, and they should be if they're happy with it.
They are. They say they're listening to their 16 Sino clones, and they're enjoying them because they're good songs. And then they deliver the final blow. They say to Jordan, I think my songs are better than yours. I think I have a better end product than you.
Wow, that's not a philosophical debate anymore. That's a direct challenge.
It is, and it's probably the single thing that hurts Jordan the most. The suggestion that the shortcut actually worked, that the McDonald's burger really does taste better.
And what's Jordan's final stance?
Jordan essentially stands at the gate of the city and appoints himself the guard. He says, I cannot legally tell you what to do, but you are not a musician.
He refuses to grant them the title, the validation they've been seeking their whole life.
He sees it as his duty to protect the definition of that word. For him, if we let the button pushers call themselves musicians, then the word, and the 29 years he spent earning it, means nothing.
It's just so sad, though. In their letter, the user admits they have some issues bottled up regarding Jordan now, but they still want to try and save the friendship. They say, I'll try to be a good friend.
But how do you do that? It's so hard, isn't it? Every time the user sends a new song, Jordan is just going to hear the robot. And every time Jordan offers a piece of feedback, the user is going to hear the condescension and the snobbery.
It's a perfect microcosm for what's happening all over the world right now in every creative field. We're all trying to figure out where the human ends and the machine begins.
And we're discovering that that line runs right down the middle of our oldest friendships.
I think when we wrap this up, we have to go back to you, the listener, because in this metaphor, you're the one eating the burger. You are the ultimate judge. You are the Yelp reviewer.
Right. And when you listen to a song on the radio or you add something to your Spotify playlist, do you ever ask for a resume? Do you care how it was made?
If a song makes you cry on your commute home, if it makes you remember your first love, if it, helps you get through a really bad day, does that genuine emotion just vanish the second you find out a robot played the guitar part?
For Jordan, the answer is yes. The magic is a lie. The emotion is counterfeit. For the user, the answer is no. The magic is in the melody and the words, regardless of where the drums came from.
It really is the difference between valuing the history of an object and valuing the object itself.
And as this technology gets better and better, that history, that process is going to get a lot harder to see.
Yeah.
We might all be eating in McDonald's in a few years and we won't even know it.
Or, and maybe this is the optimistic take, maybe we'll all get to be fine dining chefs, just with a new, very different set of tools.
That is the optimistic view. I really hope you're right about that. This is a story that's not going away.
A huge thank you to the user and JordanOwen42 for being willing to have this fight in public. It takes a lot of guts to be the example for the rest of us as we try to navigate this.
It really does. So maybe go make something today. With a guitar or with a computer or with a prompt, just go make something.
And maybe, just maybe, check to see if your anthropomorphic hyena has adequate earthquake insurance.
Always check the insurance policy.
This has been The Deep Dive. Thanks for listening.
cereal. Don't bother, never potty. You can stay home and eat cereal. When they jolt up in their chair and say no, you damn well better go potty. I say no, sir, no potty, sir. That way my liver is there. I say no potty, sir, no potty, sir. My liver's gonna last forever. Tell me, can you guess my name? And you can't stop them from coming and put all your wishes into thy maw. You can't stop them from coming in. No, you damn well better go potty. Put all your wishes into thy maw. And you can't stop them from coming in. No, you damn well better go potty. Put all your wishes into thy maw. And you can't stop them from coming in. Put all your wishes into thy maw. No, you damn well better go potty. And you can't stop them from coming in. While moonlight casts its light on hell. A nice house is where you dwell. They spin the moon from gold to straw. Put all your wishes into their maw and go much, much, much. Don't bother to party. Just stay home and eat cereal. Don't bother, never party. You can stay home and eat cereal, and when they jolt up in their chair and say no, you damn well better go potty. I say no, sir, no potty, sir. That way my liver is there forever. I say no potty, sir, no way, no potty, sir, none at all. My liver's gonna last forever. And can you guess my name? And if you can't stop them from coming in, you put all your wishes into thy maw. You can't stop them from coming in. No, you damn well better go potty. Put all your wishes into thy maw. And you can't stop them from coming in. No, you damn well better go potty. Put all your wishes into thy maw. And you can't stop them from coming in. Put all your wishes into thy maw. No, you damn well better go potty. Put all your wishes into thy maw. No, you damn well better go potty. Put all your wishes into thy maw. No, you damn well better go potty. Put all your wishes into thy maw. And you can't stop them from coming in. No, you damn well better go potty.